It's 9:07 p.m. Your dog has been asleep for 2 hours. Dinner is done. The house is quiet. And then, something snaps. Their eyes go wide, their back legs start to twitch, and in an instant, your calm, lovable dog has transformed into a furry missile ricocheting off every surface in your home. We call it the Zoomies. Scientists call it a FRAP, a frenetic random activity period, and it looks absolutely insane. But here's what's fascinating. It's not random at all. Your dog's brain is doing something very specific, very deliberate, and understanding it will completely change the way you see your dog. So why does it happen? Why now? And what does it actually mean about your dog's health? Let's look at the science. The term FRAP first appeared in veterinary behaviorist archives around the 1990s. It stands for Frenetic Random Activity Period. And a FRAP has 3 distinct characteristics. First, it is explosive. It's an almost instantaneous jump from 0 to 100. Second, it's repetitive, usually a tight circle or a figure-8 loop. And third, it has a hard stop. 1 minute they're a blur of fur, and the next, they're flopped on the floor panting as if nothing happened. Most owners assume it's just excess energy, but that's only the surface. If you look at the neurological state of a dog during a Zoomie, they aren't just playing. They are in a state of high arousal. Their motor cortex is firing at maximum capacity, while their inhibitory control, the part of the brain that says, maybe don't run into the coffee table, is essentially offline. To understand why that switch flips, we have to talk about the cortisol loop. Think of your dog's nervous system like a pressure cooker. Throughout the day, they are constantly processing information. A squirrel in the backyard, the mailman, the sound of a car door closing down the street. Each of these events causes a tiny spike in cortisol, the stress hormone, and adrenaline. In a perfect world, these spikes would dissipate. But in our modern homes, dogs are often stacking these triggers. They get overstimulated at the park, then they have to endure a bath, then they get excited for dinner. Eventually, the pressure builds until the needle hits the red zone. The Zoomies are the pressure relief valve. By engaging in intense, frantic movement, the body is literally dumping that pent-up cortisol and adrenaline. It's a biological reset button. This is why you'll notice specific triggers. Ever wonder why your dog gets the Zoomies specifically after a bath? It's not because they're happy they're clean. It's because a bath is a high-stress event. The restraint, the water, the weird smells, it builds massive arousal. The moment they are released, the Zoomie is the brain's way of saying, the danger is gone. We are safe now. Dump the stress. But why run in circles? Why not just bark or jump? The answer goes back 15,000 years. Before they were sleeping on our sofas, your dog's ancestors were hunters and prey. In the wild, a sudden burst of extreme speed was the difference between life and death. Young wolves and wild canids engage in FRAPs to rehearse the mechanics of escaping a predator or chasing down an elusive meal. When your dog tucks their tail and does that low-to-the-ground butt zoom, they are actually practicing the most aerodynamic and agile posture for high-speed maneuvering. Even though your living room doesn't have predators, the software in your dog's brain hasn't been updated. The biological drive to practice the sprint is hard-coded. This is also why you see it more in puppies and young dogs. Their brains are still learning how to regulate arousal. They reach that tipping point much faster than a senior dog whose nervous system is more practiced at staying calm. So, are Zoomies a good thing? Generally, yes. A dog that zooms is a dog that feels safe. Think about it. An animal will only enter a state of total loss of control and high-speed play when they are 100% confident in their environment. If your dog zooms after you come home from work or after a long nap, it's a sign of high-quality emotional health. They are effectively defragmenting their brain after a period of sensory input. However, pay attention to the frequency. If the Zoomies are happening every single hour, or if they seem desperate and frantic rather than playful, your dog might be telling you their environment is too stressful. They are reaching that tipping point too often because they aren't getting enough mental rest or quiet time. But for most of us, the Zoomies are just a beautiful glitch in the system. The next time your dog starts ricocheting off the furniture at 9 o'clock at night, don't worry, you aren't watching a dog go crazy. You're watching 15,000 years of biology. Ancient, elegant, and honestly, pretty beautiful. The dog who zooms is the dog who's been paying attention to the world all day, and their body is making space to do it all again tomorrow. If this made you see your dog a little differently, hit subscribe. Every week we go this deep into the science behind what your pet is actually experiencing. And drop in the comments, what triggers your dog Zoomies? I'll see you in the next one.